Hi there, this is Jenny Kirk and we're going to be doing another video here which is an opening and review. I'm going to change scales a little bit just for today, and I've got here one of the new Dapol O-gauge wagons. Now these come in very substantial boxes, and this is a bit like the Class 22 that we did the review of. I do like these Dapol boxes, very sturdy. And this is catalogue number 7F-100-002, and this is the Southern Railway brake van, brown and red with large letters. So let's get this open and have a look what's going on inside. In many ways these are easier to get in and out than their smaller counterparts, so we just lift them out like that from the box, and then we've got the blister packaging, which is really a very large version of what we get in the 00 wagon. So we're going to open that up. We've got a little bit of cellophane plastic just that protects the finish on the roof, and we're going to lift that out there now. And we can see we've got little foam pads in there just for the wheels to sit on, and it holds it very snug in there for transport. But we can see what a beauty this is, and when you think this cost me £62, and that is a really good price for a ready-to-run, totally finished O-gauge wagon. You'd probably pay more than that just for the basic kit that you then have to build and paint yourself. So we can see here, it's the Southern Railway pillbox style brake van. We've got this classic Southern Railway livery with a chocolatey brown with the red ends and the white roof. I always think this is probably one of the most striking liveries that this particular type of brake van ever carried. And we can see straight away we've got sprung buffers, which I suppose the way you'd operate O-gauge, you do actually make use of that, unlike in the smaller scales. And we've also got 3 link couplings, and they're spring loaded as well, so we can see there it's springing in and out. And if we turn it over, we can get a nice quick look there of the very simple yet effective mechanism that we've got for securing the couplings. Now the underside detail on this is pretty nice. We've got a good representation of the chassis of the wagon there, even though this is something you really wouldn't normally see. But also what really caught my eye is the representation of the brake gear. So we've got the screw there, which would be on the real thing, from the guard's windy handle inside. But we can see these are all separately fitted details. We've got some springy wire there, and we've got the brake stretchers all ready assembled in there around the wheels, and then we've got some nice heavy duty wheels in there in axle boxes that are free to have some degree of movement, so it'll run a lot smoother on slightly uneven track. And we've got some very good representations there of the footboards. So I'm going to turn it back over, and we're going to see a nice crisply applied detail on the livery. We've got the large logo, that's the SR there, as opposed to the small logo which had the SR very small down here somewhere near the number. It's running number 56235, and then we've got the tear weight on there, and a very fine representation of the rivets and the planks. It's really super model there, and same on the other side. Separately applied handrails on there, and the separately applied sandboxes. These didn't really last into the BR period, so I've seen the BR version of this model accurately doesn't have these sandbox added to them. And then we've got clear glazing in the doors, so we can see through into the interior, but it's actually so dark in there that I can't actually see if there's much in the way of internal detail, so it doesn't really matter whether there is or isn't. And this is a really good model from Dapol. They have to really be applauded for tackling the senior scale with ready-to-run models at a price that is very affordable. Of course, with the bigger scale, you don't need as many of these to run a decent layout, so that kind of offsets the slightly increased cost. And I've got here to compare with it. This is the Bachmann 00 version, and they do compare very favourably. See, we've got 55975 as the number on this. Slightly different tear weight. That did vary between the different vans because they used to use stuff like concrete and scrap steel even as the ballast weighting on these vans, so they could vary. We've got our representation there as well on the works plate. You can read it on the 00 version, but it's obviously a lot clearer on the O gauge. So we've got there Lansing Works 56235 and SR. Really, really nicely finished model, very crisp printing on there. Good features, sprung buffers, sprung couplings, and a little bit of movement in the axle boxes for it to sit on the track and run really nicely. I give this model a 10 out of 10, and I know some people have poo-pooed the ready-to-run models, but for the money you really cannot get better than this. And for a lot of people, building and finishing a kit to this higher standard would be a very, very Herculaneum task. So an excellent model here. So there you have it, the Daypol ready to run O gauge Southern Railway brake van in Southern Railway large logo brown and red. I'm Jenny Kirk. Don't forget to like this video and share it too, and look back through the channel and you'll see all those other wonderful videos that we've been doing over the years now. And stay tuned for another video. This is me, Jenny Kirk, saying take care of yourself and bye for now.